Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am really glad you're here today. Let me ask you something. How many times have you tried to improve your English? Studied hard, maybe for weeks, and then felt like you were going in circles. Like no matter how much you study, fluency still feels far away. You are not alone, and I want to tell you something important. It is not your fault. Most people are never taught how to learn a language. They are just told to study more grammar, more vocabulary, more exercises. Today we change that. In this episode, I will give you a real system. Practical, proven, and designed for people who already know the basics, but want to reach that next level of confidence and fluency. My name is Joe, and this is Just That Learning English. This show is for serious learners who want real, usable English. Not just textbook sentences, but the kind of English that works in real life. Whether you are learning for your career, for travel, for connection, or for yourself, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. Here is what we are covering today. First, why your method matters more than how many hours you study. Second, the 4 core skills, and which one most learners completely ignore. Third, 5 techniques you can start using this week. Fourth, the mistakes that keep intermediate learners stuck for years. And fifth, a simple 30-day plan to push you to the next level. Let's start with the most important mindset shift in language learning. Here is something most teachers will not tell you. Studying grammar rules alone will not make you fluent. Think about it. You probably already know the present perfect tense. You know what it means. But when you are in a real conversation, do you use it naturally, without stopping to think? For most intermediate learners, the answer is no. And that is not a grammar problem. It is a method problem. There is a difference between knowing English and using English. The goal of language learning is not to memorize more rules. The goal is to think in English, automatically, without translating. And the way you get there is by changing how you practice, not just how much. Language learning works in 2 directions, input and output. Input is everything that comes into your brain, listening and reading. Output is everything that comes out, speaking and writing. Most learners focus almost entirely on output. They practice speaking. They take conversation classes. They write exercises. But without enough quality input, without absorbing real, natural English, output will always feel forced. You will always feel like you are translating. The key insight is this: you need both in balance every day. In the next part, we will go through each of the 4 core skills, and I will show you exactly how to balance them. The single most powerful thing you can do as an intermediate learner is listen. A lot. Not textbook recordings, real English, podcasts, YouTube, audiobooks, films, interviews. When you listen to real English, your brain absorbs rhythm, vocabulary, and natural patterns. You start to hear how words connect, how want to becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna. You learn that English does not always sound the way it looks on paper. My challenge for you: listen to 20 minutes of real English audio every single day. It does not matter if you do not understand everything. That is completely normal. Your comprehension will improve over time. Just keep listening. Speaking is where most intermediate learners feel the most fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of sounding strange, fear of being judged. Here is the truth. Every fluent speaker in the world made thousands of mistakes. The ones who became fluent are the ones who kept speaking anyway. You do not need a native speaker to practice with. You can start by speaking to yourself. Describe your surroundings. Narrate what you are doing. Tell yourself a short story. Record yourself. Listen back. Notice one thing to improve. 5 minutes of speaking every day will do more than 1 hour once a week. Reading is one of the fastest ways to build your vocabulary, if you read the right things. For intermediate learners, the sweet spot is content slightly above your current level. Not so difficult that you understand nothing. Not so easy that you learn nothing. Articles, short stories, blogs, interviews, anything you find genuinely interesting. Here is a technique that works incredibly well. Read without a dictionary first. Try to understand meaning from context, then go back and look up the words you missed. This trains your brain to handle real communication, where you cannot stop and translate. Writing is the most overlooked skill in language learning, and one of the most powerful. When you write, you slow your brain down. You choose words carefully. You notice what you know, and clearly see what you do not yet know. I am not asking you to write essays. Start small. Write 3 sentences in English every day, about your day, about a film you watched, about an opinion you have, about anything at all. What matters is that you are actively producing English, in your own words, from your own mind. Over time, this habit builds precision, confidence, and vocabulary faster than you expect. Technique number 1 is called shadowing, and it completely changes how you sound. Here is how it works. You listen to someone speak English, and you repeat while they speak, not after, at the same time. You try to match their rhythm, their pronunciation, their pace. Choose a podcast, a YouTube video, a film scene, anything with natural speech. Play a sentence, repeat it immediately. Try to sound exactly like the speaker. Do this for 10 minutes a day, and within weeks, your spoken English will feel more natural. This technique is used by professional interpreters and language coaches around the world. Technique 2. Stop memorizing word lists in isolation. Instead, always learn words inside full sentences, in real context. For example, instead of writing resilience equals the ability to recover from difficulty, write, she showed incredible resilience when she rebuilt her career from nothing. The sentence gives your brain a picture, a story, an emotional connection. You are far more likely to remember and actually use a word learned this way. This is how children naturally absorb language. We are just making it intentional. Technique 3. Find a language partner. There are millions of people around the world learning languages right now. Many of them want to practice the language you already speak. Apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, and Speaky connect learners across countries. Spend 30 minutes a week practicing English and 30 minutes helping your partner. You both grow together, and you get real communication experience, not just exercises. Technique 4. Bring English into your daily environment. Change your phone settings to English. Follow English content on social media. Watch films and series with English subtitles instead of subtitles in your own language. The goal is to make English something you encounter naturally every single day, not just during dedicated study time. Immersion is what builds fluency, and you do not need to travel abroad to immerse yourself. You can build an English environment wherever you are in the world. Technique 5. Use spaced repetition to lock new vocabulary into your long-term memory. Our brains forget new information quickly, especially words we do not use often. Spaced repetition is a review system where you revisit information at increasing intervals. Day 1, Day 3, Day 7, Day 14, Day 30. Each review strengthens the memory. Apps like Anki use this method automatically, and they are completely free. Just 10 minutes of spaced repetition per day will transform your vocabulary retention. It is not about studying harder. It is about studying smarter. The most common mistake intermediate learners make is waiting. Waiting until their grammar is perfect, until their vocabulary is large enough, until they feel confident, until they stop making mistakes. Here's the truth. That moment will never come, unless you start speaking now. Imperfect English that is spoken out loud is worth more than perfect English in your head. Every mistake is information. It tells you exactly what to work on next. The fastest improvers are not the ones who make the fewest mistakes. They are the ones who make the most mistakes and learn from every single one. Mistake number 2. Mentally translating every sentence before you speak. When you think in your native language first and then translate to English, you slow yourself down, and your English sounds unnatural because word orders differ. The goal, and this takes time, is to start thinking directly in English. When you see a chair, think chair. Not your word for it first. When you drink coffee in the morning, think this coffee is strong directly. Small moments like this, practiced every day, build English instincts over months. Mistake 3, studying for 3 hours one day, then nothing for a week. Language learning needs consistency far more than intensity. 20 minutes every day is dramatically more effective than 2 hours on weekends. Think about it like physical fitness. You cannot get strong by going to the gym once a month. Your brain builds language skills through regular, repeated exposure, not occasional bursts. Even on your busiest day, listen to 5 minutes of English. Write 1 sentence. Keep the habit alive, even when it feels small. Small and consistent wins. Mistake 4. And this is a big one, treating English like an academic subject. English is not chemistry or history. You do not pass a test and know it permanently. It is a living skill. Like playing a musical instrument, you have to actually do it. Wherever you can, use English for real purposes. Write an email, post a comment, leave a review, speak in a meeting. Order food, ask for directions, introduce yourself in English whenever you have the chance. Real use creates real confidence. There is simply no shortcut around this. All right, you have heard the strategies. Now, let's make them real. Here is your 30-day plan. Simple, achievable, effective. Weeks 1 and 2. Your only goal is to build the daily habit. Every day, listen to 15 minutes of English content you enjoy. Every day, write 3 sentences about anything. Every day, learn 2 new words inside full sentences, not just definitions. Do not try to do everything at once. Just these 3 things. Every day. Build the foundation first. The results will follow. In week 3, you add 1 new element. Speaking. 5 minutes each day, out loud, in English. Describe your morning routine. Explain something you read. Tell a short story. If speaking aloud feels uncomfortable, record yourself instead of speaking to others. Play it back. Notice one thing you want to improve. Record again. By the end of week 3, speaking will feel noticeably less frightening. I promise you that. In week 4, connect with someone. Find a language partner online. Join an English conversation community. Use your English for one real-world purpose this week, even once. At the end of the 30 days, go back to your very first recording or first piece of writing. Compare it to where you are now. I am confident you will see real measurable progress. And that progress, that visible evidence, will motivate you to keep going. Let's bring it all together. Today, we talked about why your learning method matters more than study hours. We covered the 4 core skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We explored 5 techniques: shadowing, context vocabulary, language exchange, building an English environment, and spaced repetition. We identified 4 costly mistakes and exactly how to avoid them. And we built a 30-day plan with clear daily actions to move you forward. Here is what I want you to carry with you after today. You already have the foundation. You're not starting from zero. What you need now is not more information. It is consistent, intentional action. Start tonight. Write 1 sentence in English before you go to sleep. Just 1. Come back tomorrow and do it again. That is how fluency is built. Not in one big leap, but one day at a time. If this episode helped you, share it with one person who is learning English right now. Leave a review or a comment. It helps more people find this show. And if you have a question or want to share your progress, reach out. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep learning, keep going, and keep believing in yourself. This is Just That Learning English. Thank you so much for listening.